Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'll be setting up my bullet journal for July, and this is a really cute and accessible theme, so I really hope you enjoy it, and yeah, let's get right into it. So, in case you didn't notice from the title or the thumbnail, we're doing vegetables for July. I've been wanting to do a theme like this for a little while now because if you've seen my latest videos, then you know that my previous themes have all been pretty complex. They took a lot of time to make, and so since July is going to be a very busy month in my life, and I was actually scared that I was not going to be able to make a theme at all, but I thought I would make a simpler one and keep things cute either way. While this theme definitely took me a little bit less time to make, I do have to say that coloring all these vegetables in eventually got really tiring and really boring because I had to switch the markers up every second, obviously because they all have different colors. So since I realized that you can't really see what I'm doing, especially on the cover page, in this video there will be close-ups to all my spreads so you can actually, tell what I'm doing, and so maybe you could get inspired as well. So moving on to the quote page, I had no idea what quote could possibly go with a vegetable theme. Therefore, you will see that the only thing that I did write on this page was "eat your veggies." I thought that that would be the only appropriate thing. So now you can see me adding a ton of vegetables to the spread. I tried to pick every single possible vegetable that I could think of and put it on here to make things a little bit more diverse. Also, I don't know if I told you guys, but if you've been around for a while, then you probably noticed that I'm wearing the same sweater in every video. It's not because I don't have another sweater, but it's because this sweater is the one that I'm wearing in my profile picture. So I thought it would be like really cute to wear that in every video, even though you can imagine that it was really hot outside and wearing that was not necessarily the best. So I decided that this exact shade of yellow that I'm using right now, maybe it's an orange, I'm not even sure, but I decided that it's absolutely perfect for a vegetable theme. I don't know why, I just think it matches so well. Therefore, you will see me using that for every header in this theme and also anything else that I'm trying to highlight. There will obviously be a lot of green as well, and don't forget that all the codes for these markers that I'm using will be put down in the description box in case you're interested of recreating this theme, or maybe you just like the colors. I probably said this in another video, but just look how strong this shade of red is. I have no idea what they put in these markers, but just look at it, it's insane. I thought I would make the vegetables, or at least some of them, cuter by adding some white little details with a gel pen. And that, friends, is the final look of the spread. We are moving on to my calendar spread, and I think this is actually my favorite spread of this theme, so I hope you feel the same way. So I'll be using some colors that I would never actually normally use, but I thought that in the context of this theme, they're actually perfect. I also surprisingly let go of my ruler for this, and that felt so liberating. I don't think I've ever done that before because I'm always obsessed with my lines being as straight as possible, but I think it looks really cozy either way. Initially, I actually did not plan to draw all the vegetables around, like a frame of vegetables, but then I realized that it would not be part of a theme if I didn't draw anything and I would just leave it at the boxes. I think it looks pretty cute. I really tried my best not to make it look too cluttered, but I think it's nice. Since I didn't want to bore you to death, I thought I would do a transition and color some of these off camera. I hope you don't mind. I hope it doesn't look too weird on video, but I really thought it was a long process and it wouldn't be worth putting it in the video. I am now highlighting the weekends, and this actually helps me keep track of my weeks so much better. I've been doing it for a long time and I've noticed some benefits, I guess you could say, and I'm also not using a color from my usual color palette for this theme. I'm using a light pink. I don't think it ruined the whole vibe of it. And after I've numbered everything and showed you a close-up of the spread, we're ready to move on to my July trackers. Since a lot of things are changing in my life, I also decided to change my trackers up a bit in order to make them as functional as humanly possible. Therefore, I will still be making them cute. I'm still keeping the doodles, but I'm trying to keep it as minimal as possible when it comes to the actual boxes for the trackers, which is what I'm doing right now. I don't know if you get the general idea, but the layouts that I used before looked incredibly cute but weren't always very useful because I couldn't even tell what day I was tracking. So this time I'm numbering everything. I'll have a very clear overview of what I'm doing. I did these two doodle kind of things on each side. I tried to mimic a washi tape I don't use washi tapes at all, but I think this looks pretty cute and it kind of gives you that vibe. I hope you like this layout. I don't know. It's something new. I hope it works out. While you watch me color everything in, I also want to let you guys know that I will be making a flip through of the first half of 2024. It's probably going to be a clumsy video because I've never made anything like that before, but I hope you like it and I hope it ends up being really fun and pretty. That video will probably come out, I don't know, at the beginning of July maybe. I don't see myself recording the voiceover for it because I did film the video. I just have some more editing to do and we'll see how that works out. So as I mentioned previously, now I'm numbering every single day just to make sure that I actually have a full understanding of my moods throughout the month instead of just having some boxes without any numbers and basically not being able to tell what day I was feeling bad on, and you get the point. So what I'm doing is basically copy and pasting the thing that I did on the other page onto this one, except this time you get a closer look of the whole thing and maybe you get inspired by these vegetables. I think they look pretty cute. I try to keep them as cartoonish and simple as possible. For coloring these in, I'm using a combination of markers because I'm also using my Tombow brush pens alongside my Ohuhu markers, which are more recent into my collection. And here's the final look of this spread. It's pretty simple and straightforward. Therefore, I think it's going to work out perfectly and it's going to help me keep track of all my habits. Next up, we've got two spreads that look the exact same every single month in my journal, and I'm talking about my playlist and my review spreads. Since I normally choose the cutest doodles for my playlist spread, instead of doing just vegetables on that page, I thought I would also add like a pot in there just for the sake of the theme. And in case anyone is wondering how these two spreads work, let me just break it down to you real quick. So when it comes to the playlist spread, what I do is at the end of the month, I write down the songs that I liked most that month, or the songs that just impressed me, the songs that I came across, while on the review spread, I put down my thoughts of the overall stuff that happened that month. I also include little notes of the movies that I've seen or the books that I've read. I think it's a really nice thing to look back on and to see what you were watching or were reading or the music that you listened to at a period of time in the past. And there we go with another spread. I really like the way this looks. Not as much as I like the calendar, but it's definitely really cute. And as usual, for the last spread of this video, I'm showing you my first weekly spread of July. Now, when I sketched this out, I was so happy with the way it looked. I thought it was going to be the cutest thing I've ever done, but when I actually got to outlining everything and actually creating the spread, I realized that it was kind of a bad idea to do all these dishes at the top. I'm really not good at drawing stuff that's new to me, if you know what I mean. Like, I can draw flowers, I can draw vegetables or stuff like that, but I've never drawn a dish in my life before, and that was kind of revolutionary. But either way, to keep the theme going and to keep everything compact, I'm also adding some vegetables. One thing that I also don't like about the spread is that most of the doodles at the top are gray, and then there's two of them that don't match the color palette at all. So maybe I should have chosen something to actually match the colors that I've used throughout this month. And now on a more positive note, I really like the font that I use for the header, and I also really love this color that I'm using for the boxes, so those made me happy. And here is a final and close-up look to this weekly spread. That was my video for today. As always, I really hope you enjoyed it. I hope the theme inspired you, or maybe that you simply enjoyed watching this video. And don't forget that you can find me on Instagram and Pinterest as well for more spreads or details about journaling. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video with another cute theme and also a flip through of the first 6 months of 2024.